In the heart of a small village in Africa, nestled between towering mountains and sprawling savannas, lived a humble farmer named Mr. Leo and his wife, Ngozi. They were blessed with 3 children, Konu, Jackson, and their youngest, Promise. Despite their struggles, the family was content and their home filled with laughter and love. One fateful night, a ferocious storm ravaged the village. Thunder roared and lightning flashed, causing the ground to tremble. The family huddled together, praying for safety. As the storm raged on, their humble home could barely withstand the onslaught. The storm caused the nearby river to overflow, flooding their home. In the chaos, Mr. Leo tried to save his family, but Promise was swept away by the raging waters. Despite their desperate search, Promise was lost. Days turned into weeks, and the family mourned the loss of Promise. But unknown to them, Promise had been found by a mysterious old man named Mzijumo, who lived on the outskirts of the village. Mzijumo, a wise and kind-hearted healer, decided to raise Promise as his own. Under Mzijumo's care, Promise grew up strong and wise. He learned the art of healing and the secrets of the forest. Mzijumo always told him that he was destined for greatness. Years passed, and Promise grew into a young man. One day, while gathering herbs in the forest, he came across a group of men who were lost and in need of help. Among them was a young man named Jackson. Little did Promise know, this was his brother. Promise guided them back to his village and offered them food and shelter. As they talked, Promise and Jackson felt an inexplicable bond. They shared stories of their childhood, and gradually, the pieces began to fall into place. Jackson couldn't believe his ears. He rushed back to his village and brought his parents, Mr. Leo and Ngozi, to meet Promise. The reunion was filled with tears of joy and disbelief. They had found their lost son, who had now grown into a wise and compassionate young man. The family thanked Mzijumo for taking care of Promise. Promise, grateful for his upbringing, decided to stay with Mzijumo but visited his family often. He used his healing skills to help the villagers and soon became known as the savior of the village. One day, a great threat loomed over the village. A neighboring tribe, envious of their prosperity, planned to attack. The villagers were terrified and turned to Promise for guidance. Promise, using the wisdom imparted by Mzijumo, devised a plan to protect the village. He gathered the young men and trained them, using his knowledge of herbs to create potions and remedies that would aid them in battle. The day of the battle arrived. The villagers, armed with courage and the knowledge given by Promise, stood their ground. The attackers were taken by surprise by the villagers' resilience and the effectiveness of Promise's potions. Despite being outnumbered, the villagers, under Promise's leadership, managed to drive the attackers away. Their victory was celebrated with joy and relief. Promise was hailed as the hero of the village. Promise's fame spread far and wide. He continued to use his skills to help his people, ensuring that no one ever went hungry or suffered needlessly. The once abandoned child had become the breadwinner of not just his family, but the entire village. Promise's journey from an abandoned child to a revered healer and leader was a testament to the power of resilience and kindness. His story became a legend, inspiring generations to come. Years later, Promise continued to lead his village towards prosperity. His children and grandchildren carried on his legacy of compassion and wisdom. The village thrived, and Promise's name was remembered as a beacon of hope and courage. Summary of moral lessons. Resilience, overcoming challenges leads to triumph. Kindness, compassion positively impacts lives. Family bonds, strong family ties provide support. Knowledge, learning and skills benefit the community. Leadership, true leaders protect and guide others. Gratitude, appreciate those who help us. Purpose, everyone has a unique destiny. Community, unity and collaboration are powerful. Legacy, our actions can inspire future generations.